To me, an entrepreneur is more than just someone who starts their own company. I believe that an entrepreneur is someone who can successfully control and maintain a business. They have the drive and persistence to continually work harder to achieve their company's goals before their own. An entrepreneur is not afraid to fail and is not afraid to make decisions that many people wouldn't dare to make. Their business is not just their work, but it is their livelihood. They live and breathe their business. Their business is their passion, and they're willing to put in the time, effort, and risks involved with running a business. Someone who embodied that entrepreneurial spirit to me is my father, Kevin McLeod. Kevin is currently the Vice President of Entergy Staffing, while also the President and partner at ATSI, or Additional Technical Support Inc. During his time as President of ATSI, he has managed to go from one office to 15 offices around the country through acquisitions and expansions. Although he did not start the original company, he managed to work his way quickly to a position of power that allowed him to take control of ATSI and turn it into what it is today. Kevin originally had no intentions of starting his own business. He attended Bentley University, where he majored in marketing. Toward the end of his college career, he was able to acquire a position as a bouncer at a local bar near the university. One night, he was forced to remove a rather belligerent patron from the bar, president of ATSI at the time, Joe McHugh. As he threw Mr. McHugh out of the bar, Mr. McHugh managed to get one final word in before being taken off the premises. "Come to me when you want a real job." Kevin took him up on this offer and let him know that he was about to be a graduate of Bentley University. To this, McHugh responded with setting up a job interview in the near future. Kevin aced the interview, and before he knew it, he was working as a technical recruiter for ATSI. Although recruiting was not his strong suit, his strong work ethic set him up to be a salesman for the company in only a month. Once he went into sales, he really found his calling and started billing $150,000 a week in sales, quickly becoming the highest billing salesman in the company at only 23. This did not come easy, however. Many times my father would sleep in the office and attempt to get ahead. Other times that included driving across the Northeast to collect resumes at factories and plants that had laid off workers, so he could collect the resumes and put them to work for his accounts. Despite this hard work, my father truly enjoyed his work. After cracking some of the largest accounts for the company, such as Nabby, Boeing, and what is today Northrop Grumman, the owner of the company, Joe White, took notice and took my father under his wing. Joe White is someone very important to my father and my family, almost like another grandfather. Mr. White grew up poor and started out as a door-to-door salesman, eventually amassing enough money to start a business of his own. This business would eventually become the very successful ATSI, where my father started. With the help of Joe White, my father was able to become Senior Vice President of ATSI. After opening up several offices around the state, my father eventually became the President of ATSI in 1990. In the coming years, my father purchased several offices from around the country, along with making expansions of his own to incorporate the company. Eventually, the choice was made that ATSI and Entergy would be sold to MPS Group, which eventually would be sold to Adecco for $1.3 billion. For a while, my father was pleased with the move, but since MPS Group has been sold to Adecco, his view on the matter has changed. Although it still maintains controlling power over Entergy and ATSI, they are now divisions of Adecco, which requires reporting to corporate headquarters and flying across the world to attend meetings. To me, it seems like something I'd enjoy, getting to travel and whatnot. He thinks the opposite, however. He described that once you have control over where, when, and how business is taking place, being forced to answer to someone higher up is not something easy, especially given his personality and style of business that he has developed over the years. If it weren't for the fact he still loved going to work in the morning and being around the awesome people he's brought into the company, he says he would have retired by now. That is something I can respect and hope to be as an entrepreneur. I hope to never grow tired of my work and to always bring in people that not only want to be successful, but that I can enjoy being around. Not only that, but if I can take away any of the traits my father possesses as an entrepreneur, it will be his work ethic that is driven by his passion for his work. My father truly never has had a day off from work. Even spending time on vacation in Florida, he is constantly either dealing with a client or settling a dispute between offices. When I come home from work, we talk about work. When he is out with his buddies, he is talking about work. Not only that, but my father truly understands that the driving force behind his success is his employees. Whether he is personally taking out an office that has had a successful week to the bars of Boston or taking some of the younger guys to a company trip to Vegas, he truly wishes to see his employees not just succeed but to excel. That is something I believe many companies cannot offer. My father's main goal for each and every recruiter brought into the company is that they one day get into sales and eventually are able to open up an office of their own, thus following the same steps he took 25 years ago. He is never looking for the smartest or most talented workers. Even hiring employees without degrees just based on a chance encounter at a bar. But rather, he is looking for someone who gets in the office every day and is hungry to succeed. As one of those recruiters, I can genuinely say his passion is contagious. Each young recruiter is ready to hustle on the phones every morning, earning their paychecks and commission. This company ideology brought forth by my father has been the dominant factor in his and his employees' successes. His emphasis on work ethic is echoed by his salesmen, who have been with him since the beginning. His company has the atmosphere of a football team. On the field and in the locker room. Guys who are all close friends, can goof around all the time, but when it's time to get to work, they get it done. That is a company I can hope to run one day.